tell Corey's looking a little depressed today?
I think I'd like to apologize to the entire city of Portland and Rip City Nation for, I'm pretty sure, jinxing the Blazers.
I think you jinxed it.
So, that's great. Well, for the topic of this week, we thought we keep it pretty basic, and I know this is going to sound very elementary, but the cover letter.
Cover letter.
It is hotly debated on LinkedIn. There's been a lot of posts of people asking, is the cover letter dead? So we thought we'd discuss that topic and some of the feedback we've received here at Boly Welch.
Yeah, and we actually went around the office and talked to a bunch of recruiters at Boly Welch and asked them, hey, do you read cover letters? And I think we got a response that was a little surprising to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most say they do. And most of the argument out there, you can look at it from an IT perspective, an IT recruiter.
More technical skills. Technical
skills. I think you find a lot in accounting and finance.
Cover
letters are not a big deal.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us, maybe within operations, HR, marketing, entry-level roles to even senior-level positions, we find that most recruiters in our different disciplines here have expressed they do at some point during the process read or look at the cover letter.
Which was kind of what I took away from it, that people read the cover letter at different stages of the process. So I always look at the cover letter, but I was an English major, so that's something, I use it as an unofficial writing sample. But a lot of recruiters will look at a resume first, and only if they liked the resume or they were on the fence with the resume would they go to the cover letter, which I thought was really interesting. Corey, when do you look at cover letters?
Yeah, I have the same philosophy. It's not the first thing I look at, but if there is some question or I want to know a little bit more about the candidate, maybe their communication style, a little bit more about them, then I'll absolutely take a look at it. So the question is, do you take the risk and go with the philosophy of the cover letter is dead? Or do you put some time and effort into writing it? And if you do, I think you got to make sure that it's written well.
Yes, first thing when you type in cover letter into Google, a lot of things you get are templates, and I think that is the worst thing in the universe that someone could be doing. It takes a lot of time and energy to write a cover letter, but if your cover letter says, if I could make up your cover letter, hello, I am applying to your position at your company. I gained this skill, and now I can apply it to this. I gained this skill in this job, and I can apply it to this, and I would like very much to hear back from you. I'm not reading that. That is not a good use of my time. I really want to see that someone has taken the time to customize their cover letter to the job that I am recruiting for.
Interesting enough, you think about it. I mean, if you're working with an agency recruiter, there's maybe a chance that we're not reading it as much. Again, Abby and I talked about, and most of our office, we talked about that we do, but I understand that there could be an idea. Send the resume in and see if it gets you in. But from an internal perspective, we'd love to hear from the corporate side, the corporate recruiters out there, to know when at any point do you open up that cover letter and take another look at it.
Yeah, and I think also, if you don't include a cover letter, make sure you include something. A lot of times, it doesn't always work if you're applying to something and they're giving you, text boxes to apply from. But if you're applying to anything that you're sending an email, you're connecting, if you're sending a LinkedIn message, whatever you're doing, make sure you include a little bit about yourself, why you think that you're the right fit for this job. People will be a lot more willing to look at your resume if you're not just sending in resume attached.
Again, this isn't a blanket statement to every position, and again, we understand there are different disciplines where I think the argument of there is no need for a cover letter is very valid. We're talking about the general, I think, candidates out there, where I think if you're going with the risk of 50-50, whether or not the recruiter looks at it, odds are if they do, you want to make sure it's right, so you might as well put the effort and time into doing it.
Well, then they can be really powerful, to tell a story. They can make you resistant to screening out. If someone's, oh, this person's out of town, why would I bring them in? And you're telling a story about why you're moving back to the area or why you're interested in their company specifically. I think that really is compelling to a lot of people and really does make you a better candidate. So if you're doing it right, you should continue to do them. But obviously these are our opinions. We would love to hear other opinions and continue the conversation. And so follow along, #humanjobsearch, and we'll see you next week. And would love to hear about other topics you would want to hear about.
Thanks.
Yeah.